Why do you think the whole world was against Morocco today?
Because everything we saw, everyone we saw, they were saying, no, Morocco's not going to win since the beginning.
It's simple.
Let's be honest. When you think World Cup favorite, you think France, Brazil, maybe Germany. Nobody says Morocco, and that is exactly the mistake. Because in 2022, Morocco arrived at the World Cup as a team nobody believed in. They had just changed their head coach 3 months before the tournament. 3 months. They were in a group with Belgium, ranked number 2 in the world. The entire football world told them, you are here to make up the numbers. So, what did Morocco do? They knocked out Belgium. They knocked out Spain. They sent Cristiano Ronaldo home in tears. And they became the first African nation in 92 years of World Cup history to reach a semifinal. Now it is 2026. They are back. More experienced, more dangerous, more hungry. This is the story of the most dangerous team nobody is truly talking about.
Achatala. In the series!
Part 1. The 2022 run. What actually happened? Morocco's 2022 World Cup was not luck. It was a tactical masterpiece. They beat Belgium 2-0 and finished top of their group. Then came Spain in the round of 16. Spain had 83% possession. 83%. Morocco had the ball for less than 17 minutes across 120 minutes of football, and they kept Spain scoreless. Goalkeeper Bounou then saved 3 penalties in the shootout. Achraf Hakimi, a man born and raised in Madrid, stepped up for the final kick, and he chipped it down the middle, a Panenka, against Spain in a World Cup knockout game. Then came Portugal in the quarterfinals. Portugal had just destroyed Switzerland 6-1 in their previous game. Cristiano Ronaldo, arguably the greatest goal scorer in the history of the sport, was in the squad. Morocco had only 27% of the ball. They won 1-0. Bounou saved Ronaldo's best chance. Ronaldo walked off the pitch and cried. Sofiane Amrabat, that tournament, won possession back 41 times, more than any other player on the entire planet. Morocco eventually lost to France in the semifinal, 2-0. But even then, even in defeat, the history was already written. First African nation ever to reach a World Cup semifinal. Part 2. The tactical system. Why it is so hard to beat. Here is what makes Morocco genuinely dangerous. It is not just talent. It is a system, a philosophy, a way of playing that punishes arrogance. Morocco plays a 4-2-3-1 formation. 2 defensive midfielders sit in front of the back 4 at all times. The team defends in a tight, compact block that is nearly impossible to break down through the middle. When teams try to play through the center, they hit a wall. And when those teams get frustrated and leave space in behind, Morocco attacks at brutal speed. Hakimi on the right, fast wingers on the left, Brahim Diaz threading passes through the lines. The transition from defense to attack happens in under 5 seconds. This is exactly how they neutralized Spain's 83% possession and still won. The system is designed to make bigger, richer, more famous teams beat themselves. Part 3. The key players. You cannot talk about Morocco without starting with one man. Achraf Hakimi, captain, right back, the heartbeat of this entire team. 8 assists in his last 21 Champions League games. Part of PSG's Champions League winning squad in 2025. But for Morocco, he is more than a footballer. He is a symbol. A man raised in Madrid who chose to represent his parents' homeland, Morocco. Sofiane Amrabat, the defensive engine who makes the system physically possible. You heard the stat, 41 ball recoveries, more than any other player in the entire tournament. Without him, the block does not hold. Bounou, in goal, a fortress. His performance against Spain, saving 3 penalties, was arguably the greatest single goalkeeping display in World Cup knockout history. Brahim Diaz at number 10, technically gifted, born in Spain, chose Morocco. Ayoub El Kaabi, the top scorer in qualifying. 4 goals as Morocco went through the entire CAF campaign unbeaten. Part 4. Can they actually go further in 2026? Now, here is the honest part. Morocco in 2026 is not a guaranteed title winner. There are real challenges. The first one? The coach. Mohamed Ouahbi took charge in March 2026, just 3 months before the tournament. He is a first-time senior national team coach stepping directly into a World Cup. That is a brutal timeline for anyone. The second challenge, their group. Morocco's very first game is against Brazil. Brazil, not Haiti, not Scotland. Brazil on day 1. No warm-up game, no easing in. That is possibly the hardest opening match of any team in this entire World Cup. And the third challenge, adapting the system. Smart coaches have now studied Morocco's tactics for 4 years. They know what Morocco want. They know how to try and stop it. Can Morocco evolve? Can they control a game when the space dries up? That is the question. That will define their 2026 tournament. But here is the thing about Morocco. Every single time, the doubters have been wrong. So, can Morocco win the 2026 World Cup? Honestly, it will be the hardest thing they have ever done. But this is a team that has already done what everyone said was impossible. They beat Spain. They beat Portugal. They stood in a World Cup semifinal. In football, the most dangerous team in the room is always the one that has nothing to lose. Morocco have already proved the doubters wrong once, and they are not done yet.
The Moroccan miracle is still